Now, a diabetic patient has had both of his legs saved from amputation by new microwave technology created by two Scottish students. Gary Beale and Eamon McCurlian developed it while they were studying at Heriot-Watt University in Edinburgh. Now called the Swift machine, it's being used to heal infections. Barry Mellid was just hours away from having both of his legs amputated when he received the treatment, and he is now, in his own words, totally clear. Well, the inventor of the Swift machine, one of the inventors, Gary, joins us now. Good evening to you.
Hi there.
And thank you so much for coming in. Such an interesting story. Take us back to the development of this idea, this microwave technology.
Yeah, so Eamon and I, we met at university, as you said, and we felt that microwaves weren't used in the way that they should in medicine. Typically, they were used in operating theatres, and we thought we could design something that was small, portable, that could be used by many different types of clinics. So we developed this system together with our own money, and on the back of that we've got what I think is one of the most remarkable systems in medicine at this moment.
How does it actually work then? How does it tackle these infections where other things seem to have failed?
So we use microwaves to stimulate an immune response. This immune response is caused by basically increasing the temperature in the tissue very rapidly over a short period. So we're only raising the temperature a few degrees, but that few degrees happens almost instantaneous. And we create an immune response as a result of that, which allows the body to ultimately tackle it itself. So it's doing it slightly different to how other medical microwave systems do, where they try and cook the tissue effectively, but we're only tickling it with microwaves and letting the body do the rest.
Fascinating stuff. And presumably it takes patients like the one we've just talked about to be willing to give this a try. I mean, I think for him it was the last chance, really, wasn't it, to save his legs from amputation?
Yeah, I mean, we've been dealing with the human papillomavirus, which causes warts and verrucas for many years, and the fact that these viruses can be recognised by this microwave treatment allowed Barry this opportunity to have this. His ulcerations were caused by ultimately an underlying HPV issue, which was a verruca. So us being able to treat the verruca ultimately led to the positive outcome for him.
It must be wonderful to know that you've been responsible for that. He was saying it's allowed him to keep living his life, to keep working as well. It's
quite humbling, to be perfectly honest. We're not only dealing with HPV-related conditions, we're dealing with skin cancer, so we're looking at basal cell carcinoma, squamous cell carcinoma, and we're also looking at melanoma as well. So we've a study that's going to be published soon by the University of Southampton relating to melanoma, which has fantastic outcomes as well. So we're learning every day. We're doing studies over the last number of years, which the data's coming out now, and we're very excited about the opportunities in front of us.
You brought the machine along with you. I just wondered, did you imagine when you started this as a student, when you had this idea, just a sort of embryonic idea, that it would end up being something that could end up making a huge difference?
To be perfectly honest, we're as Scottish, we're relatively arrogant when it comes to design, so we are quite an innovative nation. But I think to get it to the size that it was one of the key tasks. Typically you find these things are very large and used in operating theatres. We wanted it to be used in the office environment, so we've shrunk it by probably about 20 or 30 times what the standard system before that was. So to get to this has been a lot of effort, and I had a full head of hair when I started. But yeah, it's quite rewarding.
Were you able to get the financial backing as well? Because these things, you can have an idea, but you need to be able to develop it.
We were fortunate that when we started it, both Eamon and I had a little bit of money. We'd sold our house. I was living in the US, and so we used the money from that. So my wife was very happy about giving up the deposit for our house there. So we started with our own money. We had some local investors helping, and then about 3 years or so ago, we had private equity coming into the company as well, which has allowed us to really expand into almost, I think, over 25 countries now that we're in.
Amazing. And you mentioned skin cancer, but do you think that there will hopefully over time be other things that this will help to,
absolutely,
to solve medically?
Absolutely. I think the route to success at this moment is the immune system. So that's something that we can tackle. But hopefully in the future there will be no need for this kind of technology, because it'll be dealt with at the root cause.
Well, here's hoping. Gary Beale, thank you so much for coming in
Thanks.
tonight. Really nice to meet you.
Cheers.